Seeker, welcome back to the Existential Shift. Let's see what is dark and horrifying in your life at the moment and what is the salvation or medicine for it. We're going to go sign by sign. We're going to do all 13 signs, Aries through Pisces, and then also Ophiuchus. I figured, it's the easiest to do the cutesy stuff, but how many of us are dealing with really difficult, painful, dark shit that is scary and overwhelming and um, representative and reflective of the complexity of life? Um, we can't heal a wound we refuse to acknowledge. We can't heal a pain we refuse to discuss, and we can't embed light in darkness that we refuse to see or acknowledge. Um, the flashlight or the candle needs to be directed straight at the darkness. Now, I find that the lighting is interesting. I don't know if you can see me. Well, how fitting to the topic. Okay. If you're watching the recording and you feel inclined to timestamp the reading, please go ahead and do so. That would be fantastically helpful for everyone. Thank you in advance. Okay, let's just dive into it. And of course, you're welcome to say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from, or zodiac sign you are. Now, obviously, due to the nature of the topic of the reading, the readings are going to go. I'm going to allow myself to read the cards in the most intense way that they show up as, so that we could fully understand what is going on. If you're new to my channel and to my work, hi, my name is Morgainne. This is the Existential Shift, and you are most welcome here. Okay. Let's start with Aries. What is dark and horrifying in your life right now, my Aries seekers? What is dark and horrifying in Aries' life? Whether they're aware of it or not. Hello, Nicole. Welcome. Cardinal Fire, aka Aries, is like, there's nothing dark in my life. I'm torch of light. I spread the darkness. Well, you can't recognize darkness if it doesn't exist inside of you, so cut the crap. Let's read this. Nothing blinds our sense of truth as much as our sense of righteousness. Be careful of Puritan thinking. That is some dark stuff. And maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. There's some Puritan, righteous, what's the word I'm looking for? Fundamentalism, maybe, for some of you in your life. Could be that you're surrounded by it. Could be that that's what you represent, believe, or the way you believe. That's more accurate to say. King of Swords. חוק היבש לא נרטב אף פעם, אפילו לא מדמעה של ילדה. There's a song, an Israeli song, about a true story that happened about a rape of a young woman, young girl, and a really, really great band wrote a song about it, about how, her attacker came from a really good home, um, and was really doing all the great things. Obviously, not all the great things. And for a while, it affected the case. Eventually, if I'm not mistaken, justice was served, but there was some debate about that, right? And what it says is basically in the song, it says, the dry law never gets wet, not even by the teardrop of a little girl. So it's like when a real injustice occurs, right? But, well, it's within, there's some sort of either social conformity or legality or dry law that somehow circumstantially or not circumstantially, maybe systematically, depending, maybe it's corrupt systematically, but either way, it somehow defends the act or um, or the aggressor, um, kind of protects it somehow, you know. So in the name of the cold logic or legality or structure, a deep injustice occurs or may occur. So that's it's kind of like, the witch hunts in the Inquisition, um, executing women for, because of what the Malus Maleficarum was written in it, which is one of the most evil books in history. The three most evil books in history, which I don't condone any of them, and I unequivocally say that they are horrid and disgusting, are the Malus Maleficarum, obviously Mein Kampf, and the Elders of Zion. If any of you have ever been exposed to any of these books, know that you're being exposed. You were exposed to evil, to very dark forces. And in the name of the alleged, very Puritan, very righteous information that was written there, so much harm and so much injustice was caused to millions upon millions of people. So, something in your life, Aries, so that's something I'm picking up in your life. Now, obviously, I don't think you're taking part in the Crusades or in the Inquisition right now or in the witch hunt or in different times, but you could be in the language of our time, right? In the variation of your time, of your place, of your culture. No one ever thinks that they're partaking in something like that, because it's always very popular. They're surrounded by people who support that. Um, it's a status quo of some sort. The child that yells, "The king is nude," is the crazy one, right? The one who can see amongst the blind would always be treated as the crazy one. But the blind is the majority in this situation, what we tapped into now, right? And so it makes it very easy to kind of miss it, to kind of ignore it, even excuse it. Well, if it was that bad, more people would say something. Most people, this is a truth that I've learned to come to terms with, even though it's disgusting. Most people, even if they know that something is wrong, they don't say it. They value social conformity above truth and justice as they yap about truth and justice. There's nothing more cringe than sitting in a social circle, a circle of any sort, where people are talking, expressing themselves and bringing up all kinds of historic injustices and atrocities while completely simultaneously ignoring current atrocities, because it's unpopular or something like that. And but that's how they keep happening time after time again, because people are cowardly pieces of shit. No offense. I mean, how many of you? I'll leave it to you, to my seekers, to be honest with yourself. Um, like I've been sitting, as a Jew and as an Israeli, for example, I've been sitting in so many social circles where people would bring up Nazi Germany and the Holocaust and World War II, in way of like, talking about evil. And there's a Jew in the room, and none of them mentions, the horrid, radical jihadi Islamism that wants in terror groups like Hamas and Hezbollah and all of those jihadi groups across the Middle East that are actively now wanting to finish up, quote, what the big age started, right? So the combination of virtue signaling plus showcasing of real genuine lack of care, lack of fucks giving. Because if you truly cared, they would mention the Nazism that is going after the Jewish people now. Right? You don't have to you don't have to speak German and wear an SS uniform to be a Nazi. You can wear jeans and yell it in Arabic, or you can be a liberal, a progressive white kid, right, in America, and also support, ideologies that are Nazism, just in a different language, modified for our time, or sometimes directly what they are. And it's like people will ignore the atrocities of today while bringing up the atrocities of the past. But it's worse than not caring. It's not caring while virtue signaling as if you care. We've already defeated the Nazi Germans, right? We're actively now working on defeating the Nazi Islamists. So, and anyone out there who doesn't know the difference between Islamism and a Muslim person, I'm not your mother. I'm not here to teach you everything. Okay? But you can't talk about it or express your opinion about it if you're not knowledgeable about this topic, let alone judge. Um, but so Aries, back to what we were dealing with. It's like, oh my God, it's like so funny. Like it's like light here, dark. It's so fitting. The lighting, sudden lighting is so fitting to this really dark topic. I'm gonna go all in. Like I'm not gonna have any taboos or holy cows. Um, so Aries, just back to your reading, why did I go on that rant? Because it's valid to your situation. It doesn't have to be specifically that type of human rights violation, but it's somewhere there to any degree, to whichever degree applies to you and to your situation. Okay, now let's see what is, although once we pinpoint the issue, I'm sure it's a lot easier to understand what the medicine of the salvation is, but let's see if the cards have something to add for that. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining Crimes Against Art. Kim, Marwa. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. Let's see, what is the medicine? What is the salvation for Aries for this dark and horrifying thing in their life? 6 of Wands. What comes before 6 of Wands is 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands leads to 6 of Wands. So This means you got to go through the process of Five of Wands, which means Five of Wands is conflict and disagreement, that you want to be creative throughout, but also stick through the struggle or the battle or the conflict or whatever applies, because Five of Wands is a conflict kind of card. But if you stick through, if you challenge it, meaning you don't turn your back to it, aka you challenge it and you face it and you treat it for what it is and you fight it with whichever way applies, right? You can be victorious. So winning is yours, assuming you're willing to confront and to resist, not violently. Okay. And if you're willing to go through the difficult aspect of facing a situation, then you'll get the Six of Wands. A lot more people agree with you than you think. They're just scared to say something. So maybe if you'll say something, whatever that is, more people will feel confident and free in kind of speaking up as well. Okay. Ooh, I figured it would be intense. I didn't know just so much. Okay. Thank you, Aries. Marwa or Marva? You're new here? Welcome. Either way, I was just curious about how you pronounce your name, but either way, you're welcome here. Okay. Let's see. Who's next? Next is Taurus. Okay, let's just check something one moment. Okay. Taurus. What is dark and horrifying in Taurus seekers' lives right now? What is dark and horrifying in Taurus seekers' life right now? The Devil and the Magician. Okay. Interesting. Nice. Okay. Power. Your power. You have a lot of it. You have a very strong energy. You have knowledge on how to utilize this energy. And if you're not careful with anything to do with greed and wanting, now, wanting in and of itself, there's nothing wrong with it, right? These are natural things. It just depends on how far we take them and how far we're willing to go in order to attain what it is that we want. The devil here with the magician, there's no taboo. There's no, it's like Crowley's famous quote. He said, "Do as thou shalt wilt." That's it. Wicca added, "but harm none." But Crowley left it at that. Okay, so there's all kinds of things to say about him, but you know, this specific thing is maybe not everything you shall wilt do, right? Maybe have some discernment, some objective analysis of the reality so that equilibrium is maintained. Because with power comes great responsibility. Now, this is the aspect that applies to you, but we are thinking also exterior, like in your environment. There is someone who is abusing their power. They have a lot of power, authority of some sort, position, and definitely using it to control you or to maneuver you. It's not, this is not a direct control. This is not, you do as I say, sit kind of thing. This is, they're getting you to sit vicariously by blowing a really strong wind, and then so happens to have placed a chair right there. So it looks like you naturally, organically sat down. Maybe you naturally, organically, because of circumstances, you left, but maybe behind the scenes, they've conducted a lot of manipulation and choreographed situations that would make you want to leave or need to leave. And then you're a very productive person. You're going to make the best out of it. Okay, so you couldn't be there, so you're going to find a way to make it work somewhere else. You're going to create, right? You're going to create and manifest what you need. But in their environment, the narrative, the so-called narrative is, well, Taurus had to leave. Well, it was just the natural thing. It's just where they're at on the journey. They weren't ready. I didn't have anything to do with it. I'm so innocent. I did not utilize everything in my toolbox in order to get things to happen the way I wanted them to happen. No. I mean, look at what's on the surface. Now, this is, I'm saying leave. I don't know. That's what came to my mind. It could be anything. Quit a job and you got another fine job. So the boss that has, bullied you in a passive aggressive manner and treated you unfairly is like, well, they left because they found something better that is more suitable for them. I didn't have anything to do with it. If you have an issue with Taurus leaving or quitting, take it with Taurus. Why did Taurus quit? Why did they abandon us? Taurus didn't abandon anybody. Didn't want to abandon. Wanted to stay, wanted to try, wanted to continue, right? Something along those lines. But jealousy and greed presented as, understanding of the laws of the cosmos. That is some deep level of fuckery. But someone hasn't acted, Taurus. What is the salvation and medicine? What is the salvation and medicine? For Taurus, for this dark, shadowy, horrid thing. Follow the guidelines on the surface. Do everything by the book. Be a good girl or a good boy. Don't fall into partaking in the schemes. Like, don't, when in Rome kind of thing, don't speak back the same language. Do everything right by the book properly, with transparency. Right? Don't fall to the trap of doing the same thing or similar thing, because then that would be used against you, not against the person who initiated behaving this way, but, well, yeah, they did that, but you shouldn't have responded with doing that kind of thing. I'm not saying that it's fair or whatever the case may be. I'm saying that it will backfire. So just keep doing you. Keep doing things the right way, by the book, by the details, by the written law, very, very like dry and accurate. Don't go creative with your energy and let things fall into place. Wait, hold on. Page of Pentacles, communicate. So either put it on paper, whatever this is, if this applies to you, put it on paper, write it in an email, file a formal complaint, you know, whatever applies. And that could be the thing that will make people maybe kind of stop doing what they're doing, or retract, or correct, because they're like, oh, okay, so Taurus is aware, or it's on paper, or okay, this could be exposed, or this could be understood for what it is, or something along those lines. Okay. Good luck, Taurus. Gemini, how are you doing? This light is so weird. Let's see if move here. Oh. Nope. Just okay. This is kind of funny. I look like a pirate. Okay. It is what it is. Can you guys see me well and hear me well? That's the most important thing. Doesn't have to be perfect. Gemini, what is shadowy and horrifying in your life, Gemini? Knight of Swords. Need to see more, please. With Two of Swords. Be careful of acting without knowing the whole picture or the full story, right? Like, let's say you get a piece of information. Um, you know, half a truth is a whole lie, right? So you get a piece of information and it's incomplete and it's lacking the context and or the backstory, or it's kind of the way it's delivered kind of hypes you up as well. But the reason it manages to create damage in your perspective is because it meets you with in something that you're ignorant about. So there's something that you're ignorant about, and someone is kind of coming in with half a truth is a whole lie, and it works because you don't have the knowledge or experience or whatever applies to understand what's going on. Um, and it can stir a real mess. It can create a real convolution inside your mind, and kind of just someone is. Now, this could be you. It could play out as someone outside of you that is toying with your mind, that they know how you think, they know what you care about, they know what triggers you, they know what scares you, they know your fear, and they're kind of playing on that. Um, so they're taking a situation and they're making it seemingly apply to something that scares you, or that you're traumatized by, or that you have a certain perspective on that is somewhat limited, and that kind of sinks and settles the distorted perspective. Um, what is the medicine? What is the salvation? Four of Cups and Knight of Cups. So the shadowy dark thing came in with the sword element, the mind, right? You're letting your mind play tricks on you and convolute things and mess with you and create damage and harm. The medicine is the cups, the water, the heart, the emotion, the flow, the empathy, the compassion, um, the resonance, right? Where you find the similarities instead of focusing on the differences. And when you overcome your own insecurity and doubts and fears, and you reach out, from a place of harmony and love and open heart, and genuine willingness. Water, not air. Heart, not mind. Okay. All right. I hope this was helpful. Good luck. Who's next? Cancer. Okay. Message for Cancer seekers. What is dark and horrifying in their life right now? How are you guys doing? Everyone's okay? Cancer. What is dark and horrid in Cancer's life now? We have Judgment, Eight of Wands, and Queen of Cups. Okay. Things are about to change rapidly, and you are evolving and expanding, and it's wonderful. You're going through a process of evolution that is very, very intense, that is shape-shifting you, like from the inside out. Um, it stirs up things from the past, um, things that you thought were buried and gone. It's like coming to haunt you. Could be someone from the past that maybe you've hurt, or they are like, it's a very intense person that feels like they've been hurt by you. And this is someone you thought is from the past that you're no longer in touch with. And they're back in your life, or they're about to reach out and connect, or they have. And they want closure or justice, or for you to say what it is that they want you to say. Could be that they're expecting an apology. Could be, I don't know. Could be that they're expecting compensation. Some of you, and this is very specific, this is someone you had a child with and you don't know that. So it's a woman that has hidden having a child, and now she's coming to knock on the door and be like, hey, this is your son, this is your daughter. We need X amount of money. Something along those, and you never knew they hid it from you this entire time. Basically, I'm seeing the past coming back to say hello, not necessarily in a fun, so happy to see you kind of way. Let's see what is the medicine or the salvation. What is the salvation for that? Cancer. Three of Wands. There's something about it that can be utilized for the future and that can be transmuted into something creative and positive that can contribute to your life and to your journey. So try to make a friend out of the enemy, right? Try to practice integration and acceptance and love and kind of seeing the positive, even if it's going to be hard and intense, because these are general readings, so I'm not sure exactly how it will play out for each of you, but 10 of Wands. You know the phrase, a stitch in time saves nine? So you didn't do a stitch in time when it was time, and now there's nine. So just sit and stitch and learn for next time to stitch in time to save nine. I'm sorry. Nobody said this reading will be easy. Okay, but it's important. It's helpful, right? Leo, what is dark and horrid in Leo's life now that we can put some light onto? Another Queen of Cups. Okay. Learn more about this for Leo. And Three of Swords. Okay. This is a... For some of you, it's your heartache from a lover, heartbreak. For some of you, it's a past lover that is heartbroken and they're still holding on to it. So either you or them, someone is holding on to a broken heart and there's a grudge. Someone feels that you've let them down, disappointed them, maybe even betrayed them, didn't hold your promises, end of the bargain, whatever the case may be. They're very, very intense about it, very emotional about it, and they're carrying it. They feel betrayed and overwhelmed and hurt. And with some of you, it's kind of a Stan situation, a stalker fan. And with some of you, you just got involved with a really intense person. And for those of you that it's you, your heartbreak is really overwhelming you. And it's kind of putting a doom and gloom on everything else, kind of paints everything. It's like sadness kind of taints every joy because it's there. Let's move into the medicine. Kim, just to let you know, so excited. I'm in the process of joining your golden tier. Nice, your golden tier membership. I've been wishing for this 4 years. Aw, as you have been a spiritual teacher, mentor for me since you first started. Aw, thank you. That is so heartwarming. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah. I can't wait to see you over on the channel membership on Golden Tier. Yay! Congratulations. You can also find Tarot Masterclass on Patreon. So whichever works best for you with your pocket and with your resources, check that out as well so that you can make an informed decision. Okay? You're welcome. Okay. Yeah, because over in the golden tier, it's a monthly membership. It includes other content as well as Tarot Masterclass, but it really depends on what you're looking for. So check both out, and either way, happy to have you. Okay, yay. All right, let's see what is the medicine and salvation for Leo for this situation, please. Also, Three of Wands. Okay, you guys want to watch Cancer, and Cancer should watch this because you both got this as part of the darkness, and this is part of as the salvations and medicine. So if you're brokenhearted, remember the amount of times your heart was broken and you moved on, and maybe you don't even remember the person, or you remember that you're not there anymore emotionally. And so just to remind yourself that there's always another day and there's always another person, apparently. Well, I guess it depends, but this says that you have so much future ahead of you and so much potential and so much positivity, um, that you don't want to be stuck in this. When it comes to if it's another person that is still very hooked on you and maybe even wishing you harm, I don't know. Wish them all the best. Send them love, send them merit. Recognize that they're just really hurt, as long as they're not trying to hurt you, of course. For some of you, if it's an extreme situation where they know where you live and they're really harassing you, you might have to move and utilize this as an opportunity to move somewhere you always wanted to go to, right? But that's a very severe option. And okay, with some of you, there has been, this is also very specific. Some of you have been trying to get pregnant for a long time, and many times, and there kept being abortions. Like you kept losing the baby. And for some of you, the advice is to consider to adopt. This is not a medical advice. This is, up to your discernment and whatever works for you. But peace and joy and a child could be there when you go somewhere else. Adoption from somewhere that isn't where you live, it's a different country or a different continent. Your child is waiting for you there. So for those of you who needed that confirmation, it can happen between 3 months to 3 years. And if you've already applied a long time ago for adoption, then this could be up to 3 months sooner. Okay. Good luck, Leo. Virgo. Oh, I'm picking up something intense for Virgo. Hold on. Like Taurus and Aries was super intense. And then also Gemini to a certain degree, but then it became more like on the normal spectrum. But now with Virgo, what is this? Okay. What is dark and horrid in Virgo's life now? bottom of the deck, we have the Justice card. So could be a level of injustice. We're taking the reverse shadow aspect of the cards for this reading. King of Pentacles and Five of Pentacles. This could be a severe loss of finances that you're dealing with, and could be someone that stole from you, could be someone who's like an advisor that presumed to be helping you financially, was actually scheming you dry, utilizing all your resources while claiming to be helping you. Someone might be hiding you. Hiding you? I hope no one is hiding you. Oh my gosh. Um, someone might be hiding resources and property from you that belong to you. This could be like an inheritance scheme, something like that. Someone is okay. First of all, Virgo, just to make sure that you're not engaging in any fraud or theft, because that is not going to end well. Abort and count your losses and don't move forward with it. It's not going to end well. There is someone that is possibly following this as a case for just a few of you that it might apply to. Hopefully not many of you, but there is a professional person, maybe a detective, maybe a police officer, I don't know, that is following this case and kind of collecting evidence so that they can build a case. So don't continue, right, with whatever it is. Now, if hopefully that's not what you're doing, if someone might, if you've had like an inheritance recently, something like that, check, cross your T's and dot the I's and have a lawyer and call the bank and, check, make sure that everything is in place. I don't know. I feel like there's some sort of property that is being hidden or wrongly used. You may have used your name in an illegitimate way. Maybe someone forged an autograph, an autograph. Maybe someone forged your signature. There is something to do with theft. Any other information that you can give Virgo seekers about? Too much. Not too many cards. Yeah, you're gonna get a call or a letter that will make it known, whatever the case may be. So if you're doing something fraudulent, you'll get like a notification of some sort, a letter of some sort, to inform you of an investigation or something that is being checked. If someone is doing that to you, you will be notified. So someone will check or say something or confess. This could be another professional that was partaking in it. Maybe they didn't even know. Maybe someone gave them your signature. So whatever they did, they thought they were doing with your approval, but then things start to feel a little weird. So maybe they're checking with you to make sure, something like that. So it's going to come up to the surface. Something is going to come up to the surface either way. What is the medicine and salvation, please, for Virgo? Built properly above the table, all the permits that you need. So some of you are building something. Don't skip permits. If you're building something, okay. Some of you are building something or fixing, renting. You're doing something to do with construction, real estate, whatever the case may be. If you're expanding your home, I don't know. Don't skip all the proper procedures and the permits, have everyone who needs to be involved legally involved, even if it's annoying, even if it's stupid, even if it sucks, even if someone else told you that they've managed to do it without, just do it right. Um, people have good intentions and they give advice that may apply to them, but not to you, or maybe they got away with something, but you won't. So just this is advice to do something really, really proper, and invest, like no price to freedom. So if it means a little bit more money, if it means a little bit more time, just do it. Okay? All right, Virgo. Hope this saved someone's ass in the right time somewhere. Okay, next is Libra. What is dark and horrid in Libra's life now? Ooh. What is dark and horrid in Libra's life? This is such a weird topic. It came to my mind this morning because I'm dealing with the atrocities of the world and trying to process things. Um, and I'm like, I knew I needed to put out a message, but I was like, I am not in the mood for love readings or whatever readings. Like, I need something that really touches the core of the insanity of the world and try to help and try to put a little light into it. And I also don't want to be a hypocrite and come here and be cheerful when I'm not feeling cheerful whatsoever. So this topic is very fitting. Morbid, but still, why not be Wednesday or Morticia Adams every now and then? Um, I just had an idea. Okay. I'm gonna do a dark Wednesday Adams on Wednesdays. Yeah, and this was the kind of premeditative initiator to this. And let's see how much I can follow through with it, because doing something every Wednesday, we'll see, but I'm gonna try. But so it's a harsh energy to process and digest, but maybe once a month or every other. What do you guys think? A Wednesday Adams, a dark Wednesday Adams, like something like this reading. Um, let's see, we'll figure it out. If anyone steals the idea from you, I'm gonna come after you like a hunter. I'm getting really tired of creators like being inspired by me. Dude, when you're inspired by someone, you give them credit and you do something kind of like, but not, yeah. When they're inspired by you, but they're not giving you credit and they pretend it's yours. Okay, it's theirs. It's very cute. Anyway, we're not going there. Libra, what is dark and horrid in your life now, Libra? Yeah. Page of Wands and King of Wands. Who are these individuals that are very, very involved in your life, but it's between them. Like they're talking about you, things to do with you, things that affect you, maybe even make decisions, but you're not in the room and you're not a part of the conversation. Excuse you. Oh, but they're doing everything in the power for your benefit. It's for you. Oh, Don't you just love being controlled by people that mean really, really well? They mean so well and they're so open-hearted and so honest that they're not telling you at all about this, that they're keeping it all to themselves for your best interest. It's for your well-being, Libra. This is something that if they had just shared with you, communicated to you, had brought you into the conversation, it could be amazing in and of itself. It's the secrecy. It's the puppeteering you and things that to do with you without you having a say or being a part of the process. They could mean very well. They could mean very well, but um, we ask what's dark and shadowy, and we got that. So, um, why does the word cult come to my mind? Cult. Are you part of a cult? Are these two cult members that are like debating how much to share with you? Whatever applies to you needs to be shared with you. It's as simple as that, right? If your name is mentioned or if it affects you in any way, it should be shared with you. That's the right moral way. You have a right to know who says what about you, especially if it affects you or anything. So, oh my God, the sun in my eye. Well, we did ask to put some sun into the darkness, and it's like I don't know where to put my face. Okay, you're just gonna see my shoulder. It's fine. It's fine. I'll be hiding right here. What is the medicine and salvation? Wait, actually, I'm supposed to get more information about this. Sorry. So, show me more about this King and Page of Wands. What are they up to? What are they up to in regards to Libra? They're up to something, all right. Hangman. Interesting. Sacrifice. Should Libra be sacrificed for the greater good? That is truly dark. No, the answer is no, you should not be sacrificed for anything. No one is left behind. If someone needs to be sacrificed for the greater good, what is this greater good? I don't like this. And how do we do it properly? There is no proper way of doing that. It's something to do with scapegoating you or kind of throwing you to throwing you under the bus kind of thing. Or just kind of giving up on you because there are higher there's a higher idea that is more important. No. Human sacrifice was made by the pagan world in the name of higher gods. Thankfully, monotheism came and thank you, Jewish people, and put an end to that. Human sacrifice for any god, deity, idea is wrong. So I'm not saying that they're actually thinking about, lighting a torch, but it's something along those lines. It's a form of human sacrifice. And it's wrong. So don't let anyone gaslight you and explain to you why they had to do this and why you're so holy for agreeing to make that sacrifice for the greater good. That's and that's why the word cult came to my mind because cults do that. They get so um lost in whatever they started at, whatever it represented, that they believe they have the legitimacy and power to really hurt people, even the so-called their own. Um, so yeah, that's what we're tapping into. What is the medicine? What is the salvation for Libra from this? Justice. Be a cold, clear, just bitch, witch. Do not put yourself on that altar of sacrifice. Do not. Do not be okay with it. Do not nod your head. Do not say, I understand. Don't understand. Don't accept. Say no. Be very cutting and very clear. They can't nor they should have this type of power over you. There's a situation that involves you, that revolves around you. Okay, things happen. Hey, Libra, step into the room. This is what's going on. This is what we're debating. What are your thoughts? These are the possibilities that we've been thinking about, how to deal with this. What do you think? How do you feel about it? Maybe you have another idea. Then, okay, you can go from there. But if they've, been conveying and then reaching a decision and then come to you and be like, this is the decision we've made after really, deep consideration. You do understand, do you? And you're going to take that piece of paper, whatever this is, and you're going to tear it apart. I'm going to put it on camera and say, no, I don't understand. No, I'm not going to sign this. No, I'm not going to give you the moral go. I do matter. My heart does matter. My well-being does matter. I'm to be included in the collective justice. Otherwise, what is a collective? What is oneness? What is anything, really? One for all and all for one. Good luck, Libra. Scorpio. The moon is a Scorpio right now. No wonder I'm being intense. I do have a stellium in Scorpio, so. Okay. What is dark and horrifying in Scorpio's life now? I'm hungry. Sorry, just a side note. What is dark and horrid in Scorpio's life now? You guys doing okay? It's not too bad, is it? Kind of fun even. It's important. Scorpio, what is dark and horrid in Scorpio's life now? You are your worst enemy, Scorpio. Your fears is what's going to get the best of you and will make you lose things. Will make you lose that person, will make you lose that place, will make you lose that whatever. Holding on to something that you perceive to be giving you power has actually been draining your energy. Knight of Pentacles. Start again with something that also has potential, but it's clean from corruption. Just heard corruption in my head. It's clean from corruption. You don't need to taint your reputation. You don't need to stay up at night. It's not worth it. Whatever amount of money, whatever power, status, it's not worth it. Look, when we sacrifice what we believe in, and what we know to be true and right, because we're scared to lose a position, a status. In the long run, it's not going to be worth it. It will be one of the things you will regret at the end of your life. And you know this. We all know this. But in the moment, it's so tempting. But this says that you can build something great and amazing from a place that is very honest, very steadfast, very reliable. Anything else about this specific about the shadowy part? Shadowy and horrifying before the medicine. 10 of Cups. If you're pretending to love someone or to still be in love with someone because you're scared of losing money, so you're not leaving them, this could be the other way around. This could be someone like that with you. They want to leave you, but they don't want to lose your money. Now, obviously, if you're innocent and sweet, then it's not okay that they're doing that to you. But maybe you haven't been innocent and sweet. Maybe you've been treating them a certain way, not very fairly, and but they're scared of leaving you because they don't have resources. And in that case, I know the medicine already. Do the right thing. Let them go. Um, and if it's a situation where you've been the only provider and they haven't, then help them with that. Give them what they need and let them go. Some of you are holding on to someone who wants to leave you, and you're using money or home to hold them, to be like, well, where will you go without me? You'll be homeless without me, or you won't have money. And this again could be someone doing this to you. Either way, it's shadowy. Whether it's done to you or if you're doing it to someone else, it's shadowy as fuck. Think whatever the case is, go back to what started this. It started as a dream. It started from a very wishful, sweet place, and a genuine place. And ask yourself, are my current actions in alignment with what brought me here? What is the medicine and salvation? Strength. Show friendship and kindness, even if you're hurt, even if you're going to lose something. Do the right thing, even if it isn't profitable, or even if you might lose something. Think of the energy and life force that you will attain, that will generate more abundance, or more of what it is that you might lose in a way better way. In a way better way. Don't do to another that which is, hated by you. What you wouldn't want to be done to you, don't do to another. So think, if you were in that person's shoes, what would be fair and what would be right? And go from there. Go from there. Strength is not in your resources. Money does give power, of course, but real strength comes from your spirit and from your ability to make hard decisions that are not profitable because they're right and true. Good luck, Scorpio. Next is Sagittarius. We have Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. And if there's still energy in me, I'll try Ophiuchus as well. Sagittarius, what is dark and shadowy and horrid in your life now? Hi, one little drop in the ocean. I'm guessing you're a Sag. What is dark and horrifying and sad? Is this helpful? Do you guys like it? Let me know. What is dark and horrifying in Sag's life now? Four of Cups. And Temperance. This is your archetype, by the way. Hi, Rebecca. Let's see. It's interesting because the only thing that is coming up here that is dark and horrid is how you treat yourself. Like the Saggies that I've tapped into here in this reading are like really sacred, beautiful, sweet souls, and humans with natural healing abilities. And you're treating yourself badly. And it's the inner voice. It could be from your childhood. I'm not sure. But when you have wisdom and healing and knowledge and power to do something to do good, but you don't utilize these talents or skills because of so-called humility or insecurity, that is what's dark and horrifying. You are depriving the world of your gifts that you have for a reason. It's almost like it's disrespectful of your gifts. It's disrespectful of your gifts. It's disrespectful of spirit, of the cosmic Buddha, of God, of the anima mundi, of your oversoul. You came to this world with whatever it is you came with, your gifts, your talents, your wisdom, for a reason. It's meant to be utilized. Okay? A doctor being hired at a hospital that just sits there and be like, no, who am I? Who am I to treat patients? You're an expert. You have something to help. They need your help. They came here for your, what are you doing? If you have something to say that you know can make a difference for the better, that you know is based in truth and justice, say it. If you're in a position to make a difference, to make a change, utilize it. If you can help someone, help them. They're asking you. It's not like they're saying, no, I don't want your help. Leave me alone. It's like, can you help me? I don't know if I am important enough to, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Just that is that is vanity. That is the, you know what? That is the grandmother of all vanity. If you know how to do something really well and it can really benefit someone and they're asking you, like, maybe this person should do it instead, but this person is not as equipped as you, is not as knowledgeable as you, is not as capable as you. They're not going to do as good of a job as you, and you know it. How is this helpful to this person, except the only thing you're helping is the other person's ego? And you're actually causing harm and damage because instead of having a professional, you know, really good person at their job doing what they need to do for people or for someone or for a situation, you have people who are not as good, not as capable, and they're not doing the best job. How is that helpful? Also, refusing gifts from a righteous place, but it's like it's insulting to the giver. When someone gifts you with something, they often do it from the heart. Yes, sometimes it comes with agenda and it's like a undercover deal transaction that they're signing you up for against your will, and then they expect something in return. But you're smart enough to recognize that. Not every gift is like that. Some gifts are actually from the heart, but if you treat every gift as like, it's insulting. If someone cooks for you, they put in an effort, right? They put in love. Now, obviously, if they cooked, a dish where they know, let's say they know you're vegan and they purposely gave you meat, then it's not very loving. And then you shouldn't accept it. And you know you shouldn't. Each case to its own. I see some of you really obsessed with alleged humility. It's not humility, it's virtue signaling. And I'm all up for humility. I'm into it's important. But like, come on. Come on. We can see when you're humble and we can see when you're acting humble just because it makes you look a certain way, and that's not very humble. Okay, just saying. Okay, Saggy. Well, I kind of gave the medicine. What is, but let's ask the cards if there's something I missed. What is the medicine or the salvation for this? Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Okay, something that you did before has failed, it didn't do well, and you got really judged for it or even mocked or ridiculed. Since then, you're not so quick to, you know, what's the word? Volunteer your knowledge or even accept the microphone when it's given to you. Take the microphone. When someone is asking you to speak, speak. When the microphone gets to you and you have something, I'm not saying make stuff up when you don't have anything to say. If you have something to say of essence, say it and have fun with it. Enjoy it. Treat it like a show, like you're on stage, Queen of Wands. Good luck. All right. Next is Capricorn. The Hermit. Shadowy and horrifying in the life of Capricorn. Again, the Four of Cups. Ugh. Okay. Capricorn, you have ego guised as righteous indignation that creates a situation that you're blind to something. You're not seeing something that is very important that you need to see now. Showing more about this. What's dark and horrifying for Capricorn? Knight of Swords. There's been a cover-up of something not good that happened in the past for some of you quite some time ago. Or maybe this is something you're discovering about a family member, an older family member. And some of you are like on a journey or on a quest to try to find the truth, um, to kind of dig it up. Something has been buried, some sort of truth has been buried, and to hide like a secret of some sort. And you're really trying to uncover it. Knight of Wands and Queen of Pentacles. This is about something that has been done to a family member, to a woman, either in your family or in your environment. Um, and what was done, the truth about it was covered. It was like this could have been in some sort of a disaster that occurred. It could be at wartime. or just family fuckery. I don't know, but um, it's like you're being asked by, I don't know if it's the spirit of this family member or if this is an older family member that suddenly is now coming to you and be like, hey, this and this happened. Can you help me uncover this? Can you help me search for this? Can you help me bring something to justice or to light? Um, and that's the medicine, that's the salvation. Because I feel like it affected you as well. This could be like generational trauma that was created, or some, "Avot achilu bosem v'shnei banim tikena." It's from the Bible. Fathers eat rot, and the teeth of their sons rotten. So it's like something that someone has done that has somehow affected you, either in practicality or energetically, karmically. But there's an opportunity to kind of, for some of you, it's some sort of treasure or something, or jewelry or something that was like taken or hidden. This could be property that got confiscated during war, um, or during an occupation of some sort. That now you need to kind of actively try to restore it. Um, so you have the opportunity now to kind of bring that up to the surface and resolve or undo like a karmic entanglement. Um, but it will require some, I'm hearing search and recovery for some. For some, there's a real actual active search that is required to recover whatever that is. Wow, Capricorn. Good luck. Good luck. Okay. Next is Aquarius. Okay. Aquarius seekers. What is dark and horrifying in your life right now? And then what is the medicine and salvation? And these are not readings for the cowards and for the spiritual bypassers, and for people who use spirituality to evade life and to not deal with shit, and people who put band-aid on real severe injuries. That's not the kind of work I do here. I do work that is meant to actually help people and fuck appearance. So if you can't handle it, it's okay. Farewell. But if you're here, be respectful and shut the fuck up. Right? Okay. Aquarius. What is dark and horrifying in your life right now? Aquarius seekers. Page of Cups and Ace of Cups. Wow. Okay, these are beautiful cards full of love and healing. So what is the dark and scary thing about this? Children that don't grow up with unconditional love from their parents, and I don't mean like, here, eat all the candies that you want and jump from whatever cliff you want. You know what I mean by that? Um, Healthy boundaries type of unconditional love. I know it sounds contradictory, but good parents understand. Anyway, kids who don't grow up with love, with feeling loved, can become dangerous. And if they don't become dangerous themselves, then they find themselves constantly in dangerous situations. Because when you don't inherently have the knowledge, the understanding that you're loved, and people apply how they got treated by their parents to how they see God, by the way, and how they see the universe or divine guidance. So if their parents were always there for them, no matter what, that's how they view God and the cosmos. And if it was super conditional and not, not given, then they go up to believe that the only way they'll receive healing and love from the divine, from spirit, is if by conditions, is if they are pretty much perfect and righteous. And that can create in turn righteous indignation, Puritan approach, where people feel like they have to just be perfect in the way they live by their beliefs, faith, um, values, ideologies, and they become, of course, demanding themselves, right? If they're following, if they're friends, if they're group, if their kids don't behave in this perfect manner, then it continues itself. So, Aquarius, practice radical love. That's the medicine. Practice radical love, not the kind that enables a drug addict. It's not what I'm referring to. How do I explain this? It's the sun in my eyes just so much. Another card. Hierophant. Be careful of the search of pure, perfect truth. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as one dharma. It's infinite. There's no such thing as one way of serving God. There's no one language. And if you have that tendency, you might even feel drawn to an organization or a group or a belief system that has that approach as well. Now, it doesn't have to be on a grand scale. On a smaller scale, treat the people in your life with care and understanding, and don't expect them to be perfect, and don't, be exceptionally disappointed if they don't follow how you believe things need to be followed. Let people be amiable and imperfect and mutable and changing and creative and weird. The North Node in Pisces kind of demands that now. Anything else about the medicine for Aquarius? King of Pentacles. Interesting. I do not have a curtain. That's why I don't have a curtain or shades on the specific window. So it's all right. The medicine is being practical. Don't be overly like everything is divine and possible. So if you're not perfect, you can just make it work. You can just be suddenly perfect. That's what I expect you to be. No, be practical. See that humans are naturally imperfect and, have troubles and have challenges and make mistakes. And don't put them on some sort of divine pedestal where they are bound to fail. Focus on your day-to-day work, focus on your resources, and treat things with more simplicity and practicality. Some of you, it's more of like losing yourself completely in the cosmic faith, and like you don't care at all about practicality and the day-to-day necessities, and this reading tells you to start caring about these things because it's imbalanced and it creates a murky reality for you that is detached from reality. Okay. Whew. I'm gonna just sit here for a little bit. I'm sorry that you can't see me properly, guys. Now let's do actually oh my gosh, look at that. All I had to do was move it couple of inches to the right. There we go. Hi! I can see myself. I can see me. And my face doesn't hurt. Okay. Pisces. Oh my God, we're getting there. Pisces, what is dark and horrifying in your life? For Pisces seekers. We have Knight of Wands and Queen of Cups again. And Seven of Cups. Drowning in delusion. Some of you are really hyped and really into something, someone that is just not really there for you. And there's an entire world that you've developed, a very intense, you know, feelings, wants, ideas, purpose revolving around this person. But either they've made promises they can't keep, or they haven't made promises at all, and it's just kind of in your head. You've taken a fantasy or a dream and placed it on a specific person that might not really have anything to do with it. It's not to say that there aren't people who have to do with whatever that dream is, but specifically Pisces, some of you, those of you that I'm tapping into, are lost in a fog. Have you actually spoken to this person? Have you actually asked them how they feel or what they want? Because that's the best thing you can do for yourself. Because a lot of you are just kind of there in that mindset, but you're not bringing it up to reality by trying to understand if it's mutual, if it's possible, right? What is the medicine? What is the medicine? Nine of Wands. Try to be more, I don't want to say the word judgmental. It's like, it has a negative connotation, but like more dissective of what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're feeling, what it is that you're thinking, what is the foundation to that, what supports it. In reality, if you had to sit down and make a list, okay, what supports my feelings about this, or my belief about this, or my claims about this, and then see it in front of you, and then seek confirmation by asking whoever is relevant. um, Bring it out of your inner realm to the outside so that you could actually see it and look at it clearly, right? Um, 10 of Pentacles. See, the dream itself is real for you. It is tangible. It is possible. It's just, as long as you keep it inside in your head, it will never come to be. So this could be a tendency of like thinking it will happen on its own. Oh, that's good news. That's good news, because it means that there is a chance that this is real, and maybe even mutual, but you got to kind of generate the thing, right? So also put aside the fairy tale. Okay, whatever, even the most perfect relationship you'll ever find, there will be challenges, there will be occasional disagreements, there will be work required. If you expect someone to fit the fantasy, they're bound to fail, and then you'll have a broken heart, even though this could have been a lovely relationship, right? So communicate, analyze, um, have, you know, normal expectations. It could be very good expectations, but just not fantastical expectations. Great expectations, just not fantastical. Um, and that's the medicine. Okay. Cool. Good luck. Last but not least, let's do Ophiuchus. We're already here, so let's just do it. What is dark and horrifying? Ophiuchus. Seven of Swords. Three of Swords. And Ten of Wands. Whoa. Wherever you go, there you are. When you try to run away by not dealing from something with something that you yourself manifested because of your mindset and choices, you will encounter the same Black Mirror type of episode, the same situation again. It's important to go in. The only way out is in. To go inside your mindset and your psyche to see what is it that has manifested this or helped create it. Because this is not one of those really difficult karmic situations that you just can't escape it for a long time until it's quote paid. This is something that has to do with your mind and your choices that ignore reality. So this is something you have the power to change. Um, it's like the more you go into the disappointment, the more you feel in a way entitled to things, almost like, well, I went through this and that, so I'm deserving of this and that. And that's one way of living life. Another way of living life is get these things that you are deserving in a different way, in an easier way, in a lighter way, in a positive way, and then the price is not so much pain and disappointment, right? You deserve to be happy. Your mind has taken over. It's used to gaining affection and love through manipulating situations. Some of you that this is relevant for. And it keeps getting you disappointed. And you want to think what it is that you're getting out of it, out of this mechanism, so that you could change it. And it's not an easy job. It's hard to acknowledge what it is that you're gaining or getting from this painful, repetitive thing. Um, that's part of the medicine. Any other aspect of the medicine cards can contribute? Six of Cups and Eight of Cups. Move away from the childhood story. Because you keep repeating, because you keep recreating it. Yeah, it's your story, it happened, but it's not your story anymore. You're in a different place at a different time. You can be a different person if you choose, and have different circumstances if you choose. Unless you insist on holding on to that childhood story. And we all have these stories that we hold on to because you know, if I'm a victim of this and that, then I can garner, I don't know. It's like today there's almost a competition of people wanting to be on the, on the oppressed side. Only people who have no idea what oppression is can act like that and make things that are like generally just uncomfortable or not unjust, but life is full of injustices. But they maximize them to um, the fullest degree in their sentiment and expression because it's a way of garnering, I don't know, support, love, bene benefits of some sort. Only people who are truly persecuted know the shit show that it means that it is, and they're not looking for it, right? You only mention it when it's necessary. So that's just one really intense, uncomfortable example for some of you. But it could be anything that you're carrying from your childhood, literally anything. Um, this was a lot of like, these readings were a lot of like spilling the tea and being harsh with you guys, and I guess it was needed. So I'm really hopeful that it helped to any degree, um, and that I could contribute in any way to your medicine and salvation during whatever shadowy, shitty, horrid situation you're dealing with. And we all have that to a certain degree in our life. So to any degree, to any capacity, you can see where it applies to you and maybe utilize the advice if you think it could be helpful. That's it. Check out the description box for links, services, information, more existential shift. If you're new, be sure to subscribe. It's a very simple way of joining the existential shift. If you think this reading could be helpful to someone you know or to a community of people you know, share it with them. Um, and otherwise, you're awesome. Stay magic, stay true. I love you. Bye for now.